Yes, people, and welcome back to the What's Going On podcast. Great to have you back. What a show it's going to be tonight. Looking forward to the show. And we've got so much to discuss. If you're new, please hit the like button, subscribe and share. If you're new, let's see, it was in for the first time. Oh, we've got Junior Martin in there. Yes, Mr. Martin, what are you saying, brother? Good to see you and good to have you on. First in, your prize will be coming to you shortly, yeah? But let me just quickly sort myself out. We've got some guys sitting patiently in the back room. We are going to talk about all things football, the weekend, and just to let you know what we were talking about before I introduce the guys. We're going to be looking at, obviously, the Prem review and your player ratings as the guys' teams, how they performed over the weekend. We're going to be looking at some tensions with the referee, or if I'm saying the word right, with regards to a certain team in blue, or they were wearing white, should I say, against what was the team? Who was the team that they beat? Crystal Palace. So we will be talking about that. Some dodgy refereeing going on there. Also, we're going to be looking at Ronaldo. Is Ronaldo being kept against his will? We heard Roy Keane talking about Man United being disrespectful, as you can see along the ticker along the bottom. You know, is Ronaldo being disrespected? And also, is it time? This subject has come up before, but it's going to come up again. Klopp is under a little bit of pressure, and the question I'm asking: is it time for Klopp to call time on his tenure at the pool? And we're also going to be dealing with the What's Going On prediction league table at the end. Game 8. It's game 8, even though it's game 9, it's game 8 because we missed out one of the games at the start of the season. So we'll be looking to do predictions for game 8, and we will also previewing or looking at the table. And there's a certain man that's running away with it at the moment. So listen, let's go into it. So first of all, let me introduce my guests who are sitting in the back room waiting to come on, and that's Mr. Big D, Mr. Kofi Klopp, and Mr. Ez. Welcome, guys. How are we all doing?
Guys, how's everyone?
Yeah, we all good.
Yeah, man.
We all good.
We there.
Yeah, you're there. We got a certain man missing. I've been trying to get hold of him.
Who is it?
I don't know. He might be even watching the show as we're speaking now. Certain Chili, not around at the moment, but listen, I hope he will be here because I need to have a little chat with him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Big up to Craig. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Always there. And also Mr. Diego. Yes, man. Yeah, I'm still in Chili's corner. I can't lie. Oh my gosh, you're still rooting for Chili? Well, bro, we got to talk about that, mate. But welcome to the show, guys. And we, as I said, we have got a lot to talk about this evening. But first of all, as I do every week, let me ask you how you all doing. So first of all, let me go to Big D. Big D, how was your weekend?
Man, the weekend was very hit and miss. Probably more miss than hit. But listen, that is football. And that is life. Life is good. Football not good. Even though after our clapping, Juve gave me a little bit of peace with a nice 3-0 win. So I kind of caught up with that game, and that kind of made me feel a little bit better about.
Yeah, I watched that game as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we here, man. We here. We go again. We go again. Well, listen, I'm glad you had a hit and miss weekend. Craig, I am saying that Manchester Derby in the first half was like watching Ivan Drago fighting Apollo Creed. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. Can't talk about that movie.
Welcome to my little sis, Anne-Marie. How you doing, girl?
Big up yourself, Anne.
Hello, Anne.
She's a big Liverpool supporter, all because of her husband. She's decided that she's going to support the Reds, which I'll tell you, I don't know. I just don't know. But let me just quickly sort out. There's something I need to sort out, and that's my display thing, and just leave it on. Never, and let's go back. Right. So listen. Let me just read the rest of the chat that's coming here. Yeah. Agree. That's there. Junior just saying hi to the peeps in the chat, and Liverpool. Yes. So anyway, let's come back. Ez,
Yeah, man.
how you doing, brother? How was your weekend?
I'm good, you know. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm a very busy person. Anyone that knows me, I'm very busy. But you know, football always gives me a little bit of an escape.
Yeah, definitely.
And Chelsea were lucky to escape.
Yeah, we'll go into that. Don't worry about that.
But at the end of the day, they left it till the 90th minute, but I got 3 points, and that helped my Saturday. But I tell you what, though, I was definitely. I'm going to say it here publicly here on live. I did mentally have an Arsenal shirt on Saturday. Trust me.
Yeah, bro, trust me.
I watched all the build up for the match, all of it. I watched all of it half an hour, 45 minutes early, and. Yeah, you dealt with Tottenham, so we're on good terms, Norms. We're on good terms.
That's all right, bro, man. Anytime I can do business for you, you know what I mean?
A good weekend for me. I'm all right.
Yeah, cool. Unless we go to Mr. Kofi Klopp, and whilst Mr. Kofi Klopp is gonna say how he's done, this is just a quick question for you, Kofi from Craig, AFC. Kofi, thoughts on Trossard?
You know what? We'll get into that because I had that feeling over the weekend that he was gonna do something, and to come and give me free. That's what I'm gonna say. I'll leave it like that. He gave me free slaps.
Three musketeers, bro. But listen, how you doing?
I'm feeling refreshed. I'm back to normal from the Italian trip. So. Yeah. All good, and good to see you guys always.
So the coroner's report has come back then, yeah?
Salah's alive and well.
Salah's alive and well, yeah. I happened to see him scoring a penalty yesterday. I think that's about the only thing you can do right now.
That's all he's getting this season, penalties.
Penalties galore. And also Darwin Noodles, you know what I mean? Coming on, in the 89th minute to be precise. We'll talk real
talk.
Bro, 85 million pounds. And that man is coming on in the 89th minute. Gosh, guys, what can we say? Can we all do that emoji thing?
We'll talk. We will talk.
Right, okay. We will talk. But anyway, listen, let's crack on. And obviously there have been a lot of games over the weekend. And I'm not gonna start with the Arsenal. Craig did call it last week. He did call the score 3-1 to the Arsenal exact score. So well done there, Craig. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm hoping that Chile will join us. I don't know where he is. I've been trying to ring him, but he's not answering his phone at the moment. But I'm sure
Chile needs to come through, Norm.
He needs to come through. I mean,
he ran his gum so hard last week, man.
Yes,
he ran his gum so hard. You got to come through,
man. He's got to come through. It's been every week.
It's been every week.
And he has to be wearing his shirt when he comes on as well.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if he's wearing his dark glasses as well. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for that, Diego. Let's all do the emoji, because boy, I don't know how I go on with Darwin Noodles. You know what I'm saying? I know how I go on with that still. But anyway, let's deal with the 3:00 kickoffs. Liverpool v Brighton. Liverpool 3, Brighton 3. Kofi, I mean, what I need from you is basically a synopsis on your team and what happened in the first half. And yes, they did a comeback thing, but there was a certain man called Mr. Triple Ed Trossard making a life a bit of a misery for you in the dying minutes. Can you explain what went on there, your team?
As soon as I turned on the commentary and I was seeing 2-0 down, I turned off the TV. I was like, nah. Liverpool can't do me like that. You can't spoil my Saturday like this. And just to hear that Van Dijk, Trent, all of them, listen, all these guys, they're faking it. They're not doing their job. They're just absolutely diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. It was a shambles. And I don't know what Klopp said to them at half time, because something happened and they got their shooting boots back on, or they got their playing boots, or whatever it was. But that was not good. At Anfield, you're letting one small man One small man come shoot free like that at Anfield. Nah, there's something not right. Something not right. And I've said this, Klopp is tired. He's reached that 7th season. We're gonna get to this. He's reached that 7th season, and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Because I know that he probably signed the contract and said, look, I'm taking insurance just in case I get the sack.
That's why Sir Alex was the best.
The thing is, if you sack him, where do you go, managerial-wise?
Man, the way managers are like being or becoming so young these days, I don't know. I think we might. Do
you think a young manager could take on? I mean, listen. Whilst we're on the subject, let's talk about it. You know, is it time in terms of Klopp's tenure at Liverpool? You know, is Klopp, as it says in the ticker, going along? Klopp and not so merry men. You know, you're watching them against Brighton, and as you said, I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was unbelievable. And I know Diego, you know, Brighton and Crystal Palace, you know, that's their what we call local derby. And I know Diego wanted something to beat Brighton. And obviously Liverpool let him down big time. They've got a new manager, you know, so bit of new manager bounce. Mr. Roberto De Zerbi from Italy. I think he manages. I think the previous team that he managed was Sassuolo, if my memory serves me right. But he's coming there. He's come to He's come to Anfield, and mate, in the first 20 minutes, Liverpool could have been 4-0 down.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't know what kind of defending.
I was literally like every time I was hearing a Brighton chance, the phone was ready to come off the. I don't know. Everything was ready to come down. TV was ready to come down. Everything. It was not good. I was not happy. Not happy, man. And I've always said I like that Trossard guy. He is a dangerous guy, and Liverpool should have invested and gone in. And
Arsenal were linked with him in the summer as well. Good player, absolute brilliant player.
That's what I'm saying. I put him in the same. I put him in the same bracket as James Maddison, and I'm saying, how did nobody go after either of those two in the summer?
You
know what I'm saying? So January might be an interest for you and for us, Kofi.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that midfield needs to be addressed as well. I've always said the midfield is losing energy. Like Milner's had his time. Why is he still there? Why is he coming off the bench? James Milner, I can't understand this. That's what I'm saying. Klopp is losing his marbles.
No, Kofi. It's down to trust, you know. It's down to trust. Klopp don't trust him. Oh, no, you don't trust him. I think the red card really put that trust into even deeper waters. He trusts Milner. He trusts Henderson. He don't trust Núñez right now. And that's why you're going to see them starting over him, even though you know that their old legs are going to be a little bit struggling after 45 minutes. He's going with what he trusts, and Núñez is not it right now. He's going to get some cameos until he trusts him.
I mean, you guys played last night in the Champions League. You beat Rangers, and listen, you should be beating Rangers. A penalty, a free kick and a penalty. Now, you should really be turning that team over because, mate, they're like Division 1 level, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I mean?
I was happy to just register 3 points because the fact that
Cole, listen to what you're saying. I'm just happy. Is this how far your team has fallen? You know, in terms of
we have no confidence.
You gotta put some respect on Rangers. Rangers are a good side. You know what I mean? They are a good side. I'm not saying they're Premier League level. Our level
is. They're not.
All right. I do a bit of disrespect. Championship level, probably mid-table level. I'm telling you.
Even if they're playing in the Farmers League, right? True sake, they're in Champions League.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, true say. But listen, they're always going to be between them and Celtic. They're the two that are going to be more than often than not be in Champions League. So do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, until they come up and get some real components. Listen, they done well last season when they get into the Europa League final. Do you know what I mean? It's just unfortunate they lost against Frankfurt. But listen, Liverpool.
For me, they were there for the taking. There was so many spaces. Noodles had 2 clear-cut chances. If you tell me a striker needs to know exactly where that ball needs to be put, he was hitting them to the keeper. I was like, nah, man, you should be hitting them in the corners.
Yeah.
2 clear-cut chances.
Yeah. I mean, Klopp obviously changed up the system. He normally goes with a 4-3-3. He went with a 4-3-2-1. And I don't know if that's what he's now going to stick with to obviously integrate Nunes in there. I mean, listen, in the Brighton game, he came on in the 89th minute. Does he trust Nunes or what? What is it? Why is he? Because he's not getting the game time, the sort of money that you've paid for this guy.
Look, I've always said Nunes needs time, man. He's one of those guys.
So guys, just a second. Here we go. Okay, there's somebody's going to grace our presence right here now. We just want to give him a hand. We just want to give him a hand as he comes in. Yeah, give him a hand as he comes in.
Manzo, good to see you, my brother. I thought you was bailing on us, mate.
Man. Yeah,
Chili's here, man.
Man, listen, the chat was missing you. The chat was missing you.
The flag is flying.
Welcome, Chili, to the building. Welcome, Chili, to the building, brother. And yes, we're just going over the games.
What games?
Just the games that just happened the weekend. We'll talk about that in a minute.
There was football this weekend.
Yes, Chili.
I thought he got postponed. He never got postponed again. I didn't catch the result, so I'm not going to have to give you any.
Was you at the country by any chance?
Weren't we burying the Queen or something this weekend?
Well, listen, Ian is just welcoming you into the panel. You can see he's clapping with some laughing emojis there. Oh, well, yes, Diego, Chili always delivers. And Chili, Diego's got your back, mate. So, do you know what I mean? Leah in the house, my daughter, just keep giving some laughs here.
Yes,
so I don't know what this is about. Liverpool, Leah is a Arsenal supporter. So, well done, Leah. Well done. She was a happy bunny at the weekend, but we'll come to that. But let's go back to the Liverpool scenario in terms of Klopp and his not so merry men, and whether it's time that, in terms of his tenure, does he need to now sort of say, you know what, I've had enough? Do you know what I mean? I mean, in the Brighton game, look, just quickly go through it. In the first, again, Liverpool conceding again. First, yeah. In the fourth minute. In the fourth minute.
This pattern of Liverpool conceding first in the first couple of minutes, I don't know when it's going to stop. It's like I think this is about the 7th or 8th game now in a row now.
We
keep doing this, and I see this again happening against Arsenal on the weekend. I actually see this happening, and
that game is a massive game, because if we win, we go 14 points clear of you. Albeit you've got a game in hand. But if that happens,
where we are in the league, ninth. Nah. I can't say anything, but this is poor, absolutely poor for Liverpool standards to be ninth right now.
I mean, you look at a team that was in 4 competitions, could have done the quadruple, to now sit in ninth with what is it? Is it 8? Was it 9 points? 10 points?
10 points.
10 points. Do you know what I mean?
At this stage of the season, 10 points.
Of the season, conceding 3 goals again, could have been 4-0 down in the first couple of 20 minutes or so. Mate, everybody's having a go at Mr. Trent Alexander, and also the other defender that I've got to talk about is Van Dijk. I mean,
Trent,
he seems to have fallen away as well. I don't know what your thoughts on this, guys.
Forget going to the World Cup. Just work on his football, but then in saying that, he's got the goods.
Will he get to the World Cup? That's the question. Will he get to the World Cup?
He's not going. Thing doesn't like him. He's chosen his favourite right backs. We all know that.
Yeah, but is that is that down to the fact that he's not? What Southgate wants is a trusted defender. The problem with going forward,
it is defensive coach norm.
But Southgate needs a versatile defender, because there's going to be times where he's going to want his right back to push forward, and he knows Trent has the ability.
You know, Southgate is very pragmatic. Yeah, so he's not. He's not gonna. he doesn't trust Trent in terms of his defensive duties, and he's gonna come up to get some real good, wingers, in the World Cup, and in the last few games, his defending is being absolutely atrocious, mate. Going forward, brilliant. I mean, yesterday, I think because of all the pressure and everything, him scoring his goal, that free kick was a fantastic free kick, and it was almost like he was just letting out all the frustration and that massive celebration and whatnot. But it's only Rangers at the end of the day. Come on.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Coming to Sunday, Martinelli's going to do another roasting. I can just see Martinelli just giving him some left and rights and put him on the floor, dancing around him.
This is a Klopp thing. When Liverpool were playing well, no one was talking about Trent's defending.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? It's now that Liverpool are not doing well, all the things are coming to the surface. And the truth is, this is a Klopp thing, because Klopp was the one that didn't want to go and buy right back. He said, Trent, you could do a job, can't you? Trent was doing well going forwards, and he stayed there ever since. He's not a right back.
Yeah, but the thing is, we let go of guys like Nathaniel Klein. Nathaniel Klein's a better defender than Trent.
Of course. This is what I'm saying. Of course he is.
Yeah, but the thing is, the style of football, what Klopp's want from it is those wing backs like in Robertson and Trent. Because Trent, listen, his stats in terms of his assist stats is crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, because
you're not going to sacrifice that for
right.
You know what I mean?
Because if you look how you guys play, right, whenever Trent and Robinson push on, the CDM drops deep, and you become a back three, Kofi. How Klopp wants to play, he don't really like I said, until only when it goes bad, then everyone starts chatting about the defensive thing. But
the issue I have now is that Klopp. The issue I have now is that Klopp can't play the counter-pressing system. He just does not have the legs to actually do that system.
Where's your Mane gone? Where's your Mane gone? Where's your Mane gone? Come on, bro. Where's your Mane gone? We've been saying this all summer.
Listen, D, before the season kicked off, people may have thought we was getting onto Kofi a bit about it. Yeah?
Right.
At the time, Kofi was in honeymoon stage with Diaz.
Right.
Nunes.
And man cheated on her with the barman. You know that one's like, honestly, bro.
Trust me.
We called this about the pressing game. How 100%. Mane was the leader of the pressing game.
Yeah, of course.
And
I put my hands
and Liverpool said he wasn't worth. Liverpool fans told me that he wasn't worth the money.
Oh my Lord! In a way, your midfield got a break for how much work man was putting up there.
Exactly.
You got a break. People have to think twice about breaking that line, because if we lose it, Mane's on us. You know what I mean? So compared to, I'm not saying Diaz is bad. I'm not saying Nunes is the finished article either, but that's part of the factors. It's part of it.
I mean,
Mane definitely had the legs to play the whole game, and
in the way he played,
I'm missing that energy from him. They're missing that energy.
Now needs to earn his money, in my opinion. This is where top managers weather the storm. Is that cool? You've worked out my system. Watch this. How much time has Pep pulled out a watch this moment? Like, all right, cool. You got me last time. Watch this. You know what I mean? The only thing you ain't cracked it in is the Champions League. But Haaland is watch this season. Watch this. You know what I mean? So
I mean, just going back in terms of the whole defense thing. And now Merson, I know some people don't care to listen to Paul Merson, but Paul Merson came out on Sky and was saying basically that why Liverpool can't defend is because of Mane, or the fact that they've sold Mane and he can't defend. And I know Klopp has come out and defended Trent by saying it's the whole team. I don't know if he's right in saying that it's the whole. So rather than just pointing the fingers at Trent, he's saying it's the whole team that can't defend. So he's protecting his player, but I think Mane plays a massive part in terms of the way you guys press. And Kofi, you talked about counter pressing. Your midfield, these are guys that are in their 30s now. Yeah. And they haven't got the energy to be pressing and counter pressing. They haven't got it. Listen, the older you get,
you just don't want to be doing that counter pressing. It's too much.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't think Liverpool invested enough as well in terms of in their midfield. Yes, and when I was going to say that, no, £8 million on Darwin Noodles. yeah, who's coming on in the 89th minute. 89th minute, guys.
But Norman, it's time for Klopp to call out the owners as well.
Yeah.
He's defended, he's protected them so much. Now the results aren't there. Are you going to keep protecting them? Because they're going to be reluctant to fire you because it's a lot of money to fire you. So why not give you the money and to strengthen your midfield? I just call that two-man that strengthen you and make you more creative straight away is in Trossard and James Maddison. Plus you need a CDM. You know what I mean? Like a CDM to take over from that Henderson role. Because what's Henderson now? 33, 34?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I think Klopp, he needs to, just stop hiding behind, his own talk about, he's satisfied. He can't be satisfied with this.
No.
He can't be satisfied.
He can't be.
You have to remember, we've had Ollie doing that to us. Yeah, I'm happy with my squad. Really, bro? You're really happy with that squad? All right, keep telling yourself that. And then you get fired. Then suddenly, are you happy with that squad now? You know what I mean?
But coming to the player ratings, like, I'm giving all my team a 5. That's as far.
That's generous, you know.
That's very generous.
Well, no, to be fair, they pulled it back.
5. I'm saying because 5, we should have won that game.
Yeah, they pulled it back from
the Brighton game.
Yeah. 5.
Yeah.
So everybody 5, and Klopp giving 5 as well.
That's it.
Okay, so just bang average. Just bang average. Well, listen, as I said, the game, the overview of the game, Trossard getting a goal in the first 4 minutes. Then they score in the 17th minute. Firmino gets a goal back in the 33rd minute. First of all, it looked like it was disallowed, but when you looked, I think the assist came from Salah. I think, or Salah picked it up, and it looked like he was offside, but he was actually onside. And then I went out shopping, come back. It's like 3-2. I'm looking at the What's Going On podcast WhatsApp chat, and Kofi's going, yeah, what a turnaround. By the time I came at the shop, it was like 89th minute, and I saw 3-3. Yes, it's in there. Listen, I mean, look, going into the game at the weekend, if they play like that, I mean, listen, it looks like they're going to probably change up their system to a 4-3-2-1. I mean, I don't know how often they play because they tend to play 4-3-3. So I don't know how that will sort of suit them coming into the game against us on the Sunday. And what are your thoughts on that quickly, guys? Listen, Arsenal, I think we've still got a mental block when it comes to Liverpool. We haven't beaten them in a long time, but we are doing quite well. What are your thoughts in us? How do you think that game will pan out on Sunday?
I think you'll do fine. As long as Arteta don't bring out them speakers again, you'll be fine this time.
I was just about to say that. Walk on.
Yeah, please. Whatever you do not. I mean, they asked. Funny enough, they asked Arteta in his post-match because when we played Tottenham, the first game at home, he had one of his photographers come out and give one of those rallying speeches. So they asked him in his post-match, did you get one of your guys to come out? He goes, no, I did it myself. So it is what it is. But but listen, so you think Arsenal stand a good chance of getting something from the game?
Especially if you're going with form, though. If you're going with form, then definitely.
Yeah. And I think personally speaking, the pressure is definitely on Liverpool going into that game. Because as you say, if you lose that game, Cole, you're 14 points. 14 points. Remember that.
We've got you guys, then we got City, so we need to win.
Oh my jeez, yes.
We need to win the games, and
can you imagine back-to-back losses, mate?
Otherwise, that's it for Klopp. That's what I'm saying. We're going to come back in 2 weeks, and if we don't win those 2 games, we're going to see something happen. That's all I'm going to say.
Do you think? Okay, so you're saying after those 2 games, if you don't win those 2 games, something might happen managerial-wise.
Yeah.
Right, you're calling it, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting thoughts there. Interesting thoughts. Quick question from Quay. He says, listen, I know we're going to come to D's game at
so
some
good.
point. I think we might. Listen, what time was it? His game was on a Sunday, wasn't it? But let's just answer this question to the panel. How many hat-tricks do you think Ireland will get in the Premier League? I mean, right now, he has the quickest hat-trick out of in the Premier League history. He's done it in 8 games. The next person is Michael Owen, who did it in 48 games. That's 40 games more or less, should I say? Yeah. That is mad. It's absolutely ridiculous. And mate, when we come to assessing his and dissecting his that performance on Sunday, we will speak about that. But so, guys, do you reckon he will get? Do you reckon, as Craig is saying, do you reckon he will get 10 or maybe 12 hat-tricks? How many hat-tricks do you think he'll get this season?
10 is actually realistic now, isn't it?
So think about it.
Scary.
Think about it.
It's very scary, isn't it?
If he gets 10 hat-tricks, yeah, I don't know if that's what he's included on top of the 3 he's already got, yeah. The man would have
it's 7 away.
30 goals, brother.
No, but he's 7 away with 30 games to play. It's very achievable on his current form. It's probably only injury that will stop him from getting 10 hat-tricks. That's the truth. Yeah, or Klopp pulling him after he gets a brace just to wind him up to make him eager for the next game. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another Klopp tactic, right? He's got 2 goals, pull him. Yeah, he ain't getting a hat-trick.
Why are you going on about my manager? Leave my manager, man.
Sorry, Pep, not Klopp. Pep, sorry. Pep. I'm calling the wrong man. Sorry, Kofi. But yeah, that's Pep's way to keep this guy keen and sharp. He'll score a brace and he'll pull him, and you'll see him throw his tennies out the car on the bench because he's hungry for them hat tricks, and that's what keeps him hungry every game. You know what I mean? I think only injury stops him from doing that. If we're being honest, you know what I mean. You got 30 games to score 7 more hat tricks. That just sounds doable, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, listen, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Bellingham incoming. Listen, Bellingham linked with
no chance. He go Real Madrid, mate. 150 million.
I think he goes Real Madrid.
150 million. He go Real Madrid.
And all this Bellingham talk coming to Liverpool. I said that, nah, man. If we haven't bought him this summer, then forget about it.
Do you know what? Don't sleep on City, you know, because Pep loves to talk about and talk to directly Bellingham. Every time they play Dortmund, him and Bellingham talking.
Is it?
All the time. You know, in interviews, sometimes unprovoked, he will talk about Foden and you say, but if you see Bellingham in Germany, you know, he's unbelievable. Randomly, nothing to do with a fixture, nothing to do with a link. So I think he's teeing that up just in case. And that will be scary.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to remember, Haaland is 22 years old. You add Bellingham to that mix, Lord of mercy, stop it. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all.
That's nonsense.
It is, yeah. Then we become the farmers.
Look at David. David, come out. I'm saying you come out because you like talking. This guy.
Okay, this is David. This is David in Dubai. Let's just read it. Well done. Well, I welcome David. It's probably about, I don't even know what time it is out there. It's probably about 10 o'clock out there. But Ireland's on a different level. Liverpool on a decline and only managed 1 Premier in their supposedly dominant era, and Spurs did it again at the Emirates. So that's from
is that the one? The guy whose player was there swiping the ball with his hand.
Yeah, that one. We'll come to that.
He did a Lazarus. He did a Lazarus, and then he's gone back into the grave. Said, "Stay there, mate. Stay there."
He's coming at you, Dave. He's coming at you, mate. Listen, if you want a link, I can send it to you. Just help me out, and I've got the link. I'll post it over to you, brother. If you just want to come in for 10 minutes and just say what you got to say about Liverpool, and just have your little say with Kofi. Haaland is a robot, definitely.
He needs to be tested, Alan. He needs to be tested.
Yeah, he's Haaland. I mean, I was asking a question about Haaland in terms of his footballing ability, and was having a chat on another WhatsApp group, and they were talking about, somebody was saying that he's not quick, but he is deceptively quick.
He is
He's very quick. And I think it was Chile was saying, like, I wouldn't fancy him. I think Chile was, I think I was watching when Chile was on Shakes' show. I think it was yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. And he was saying about if you had Haaland running at you, it's like having a tank, coming at full speed at you, but get out the way. Yeah. There was one point, in that game, we'll come to your game, where there was the big talk about Martinez handling Haaland. And there was one point, you remember last week, I think it was Chile. Remember I was saying about what Haaland was going to do with Martinez? Exactly what he did. The man was elder was saying, what are you doing? Sit down, bro.
Only striker so far I've seen take advantage of it. Martinez, to respect to him to this point, has put everyone in his pocket.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. I wasn't looking for Martinez to bully him. I was looking for Varane to do it.
True.
And I said this last week. Varane or McTominay needs to go through him in the first 5 minutes, and none of them did it. They bottled it. Just take the yellow card, hit him, and let him know.
It's a derby.
Right. And the referee probably wouldn't have given the yellow card for it. He would have said, "Listen, fellas, calm it down. It's 5 minutes. It's a derby. We want it fair." And you get away with one, but nobody did it.
Too much respect.
They show way too much respect. Oh, they don't get me started.
It's too early. It's too early.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was like, and I said it last week, somebody's got to go for him. Hit him hard. And when a man gets up and shake himself down, he'll be like, all right, it's one of them games.
Yeah, it's the Premier League. At the moment, he's in fairyland, isn't it? He's like, oh, is this the Premier League everyone talks about?
No one's laying the glove on him. Nobody.
Because they're scared of him. They're scared of him.
Yeah, I mean, how do you play this guy? How? What do you do?
What can't he do? Where's he weak? You tell me, where's that man weak?
For me, his only weakness that I see in him is creating for himself.
Yeah, true.
But everything else, once you get it to him, he's curtains. Once you get it to Chile.
But we miss them old school managers, yeah. You see, like Jose Mourinho. Jose is he's dark enough to tell one player that your job this match isn't to play football, you know. Your job this match is to follow him. If he goes to the toilet, you follow him and wait outside. You know what I mean?
But then all you're doing that is losing a player because
I hear it. But
follow me. I don't get the man's not human. He's not human.
I hear that, yeah. But the same way one player is taken out of my team, I'm taking one player out of your team. You know what I mean? So it's worked in times. But Jose done it to Hazard one time.
I'm about to say that. I remember that.
With Herrera.
Just man marking.
Yeah. Hazard at the end said, there's no point.
Yes for the sub. Yeah. Because I'm done. This brother is literally tying my shoelaces for me and everything.
Yep.
I can't get rid of him.
And with Haaland, at the moment, it's the only way I see it work. No one else has stopped him doing anything else.
There you go. Stop the supply. Exactly.
That's what you got to do. But
stop the supply.
You're talking about Man City. You're talking about Man City here.
You don't stop them, man.
Exactly.
You don't stop them, man. They move the ball and manipulate space so well that you think that you're taking them out, but really you're doing their job. They're like, oh, thank you for following me here. I've made space there.
Exactly.
And it's so simple because if you watch, like people say, Pep over talks, right? But Pep drills into your head, I need you to do this, and this, and keep doing it until you get sick of it. And so every player, whether you're on the bench or you start, when you swap, you come on and they don't miss a beat. They don't skip a beat because everyone knows this is what I have to do to make him happy. And I'm going to get my goals, I'm going to get my assists, and I'm going to get playing time if I do what I'm told. So many of our players get on the pitch and go rogue. And you're saying, were you doing that in training? No, you wasn't. So why are you doing it in the game? And Pep just pulls you. Even if you're not doing what he tell you, he'll be like, get him off. He's not doing
but you know what the difference is these days, yeah? The difference is these days, D and you, man. Everyone in the chat, you let me know. But there ain't really that many world-class defenders in this league. As much as we're the best league, there ain't all these defenders we've got. They're not really defend first. It's all these fancy defenders that can play,
I think they want this, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Defend first,
But that's why everyone licks their lips when they see like Saliba, who just loves defending. Yeah, he could do the other stuff, but I think first he's a good defender. The rest of it, do you know what I mean? I don't really see that as much these days, and that's why when Haaland's come, You know, back gone are the days where there's Vidic and Ferdinand and John Terry's and blah. You can go down the list of people that really could stand up to him and say, all right, welcome to the Premier League.
And all them defenders do what I said earlier. Yeah. Terry, Ferdinand, Vidic, they go through him. They go through him in the first 5 minutes and they say, brother, you ain't getting no change out of me today. You're going to have to skin me. I ain't letting you just get the ball and look up and say, all right, let me do this, let me do that. Left foot, right foot, blah, blah. Nah. But this is like weak-minded, man. And we saw it on Sunday. A very weak-minded defending.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's get into your game. And listen, one of the things now that's been thrown at the Premier League now, especially with Haaland and Man City, the way they're going on right now, is that we're looked up, well, not say looked upon from the rest, but I think inside the Premier League, fans and to see what Man City is doing now, it's almost like saying that it's almost like becoming a farmers league because of the way they're just winning the league year after year. Do you know what I mean? Okay, Liverpool chased them down last season, but you know, the way Man City are going now and the players that they're getting in, could this turn into a farmers league? Could this be like another PSG? Could this be like another, well, I'd say probably PSG and Bayern Munich. Do you know what I mean? That kind of league, because the way he's going at the moment, and just to see what they did with, listen, this is a Man U derby. And D, I need you to talk to me. Talk to me about Man United v Man City. I know you called it last week. You said it with your chest that you would like a point out of it. But, you said, listen, I think you said something to the point that if Villa could get a draw from them and we're a better team than Villa, we should at least get a point, or I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. Obviously, the score, 6-3. And, it kind of, when you look at that score, you're thinking, wow, that's one thing about Man City. They are vulnerable at the back, conceding those 3 goals. But, yeah, you're 4-0 up after 30 minutes, 4-0 down, should I say, after 30 minutes. Can you just dissect that game and please give your player ratings as well quickly?
Right. Well, this is the first time that team has played together for a month. So straight away we are out of sync. Like the games that were cancelled, like we all talked about it, a lot of nonsense. Then they go away on international. Right? Yeah. Fine, go away on international, but we've never travelled well. So to go to their stadium on that form, it's like I didn't even know the team. It's like compared to the awful start, those 2 losses, and then what we did in the next 4 games, beating Liverpool and Arsenal in that process, you come there and you're hoping that, okay, you might not really play together for nearly a month, but there has to be a DNA of, muscle memory. Man, there was none of it, mate. We couldn't string a single pass together, brethren. Not a single pass. I think if we made 2 passes, we turned it over on the third pass. There was no, and I watched it, right, and when it got to 2-0, I just said to myself, these men ain't come to play again. They just haven't come to play, because it was like, you have to remember that the United fans filled the Etihad. They quickly made it empty. Right? Mate,
they ducked out.
That in itself,
half, ridiculous, mate.
That in itself is a disgrace. All right, I just say, any real Man United fan, you stick it out. You back your team.
Yeah, that's right.
To do that, you spend your money. You go there. You're wearing your shirt, and because it ain't going your way, that's like a kid playing football in the park and he's down 2-0, takes his ball and goes on, and then the rest of the man can't play football now because that was his ball, and he's gone home. And that's what the fans did. You just literally stuck 2 fingers up to your players and walked away. Yes, they were out of sync, but keep singing. I've seen teams keep singing when they're 5-0 down.
But that's where the fans keep singing. It's fickle, D.
Yeah, and it was disappointing to see. I mean, you imagine we get Manango like that. We got violated. Let's not pretend. We got violated that first stuff, right? Yeah. I'm going to shamelessly say that we won the second half 3-2. But, but that's by and by.
You are shameless, mate.
The way we got violated in the first half. You imagine Sheena came into the front room, right? And she came in just as they were going on to the halftime commentary. And the commentator said something like, Man City 4, United 0. She went, really, dude? And she just turned back out. She goes, I know you ain't going to want to talk to me. She just turned back out and went. I was like, Sheen, it's been a train crash. And because it's like everything he taught him, everything they learned in those 4 games after the 2 losses, none of it was there on show. now with the Ronaldo thing, you either start him and let people know he has no business starting in a game like that, or at 2-0 down, you make the early sub and say, Ronnie, okay, I'm 2-0 down, come in. But at 6-1 down, you don't put him in that game. What's the point?
Yeah, true.
So I'm backing him on that. It was 6-1, and he put Martial on at 6-1, not Ronaldo. And he said that for his I agree with him. For the caliber of player, he's going to go in there and be frustrated. All you're going to see him is throwing his arms up while the City players just toy with him. And then you've got him in a horrible mental going forward. You've got to keep this guy in some kind of state. And like I say, you either started him, and we see, or you brought him on a 2-0 down, and he did neither. So that's for Ten Hag to deal with. He's very, I said this, he's very stubborn when it comes to early substitutions. And I think at 2-0 down, he should have just gambled and said, okay, Ronnie, since you're there chewing the bumblebee on the bench, that's how vexed he looked. Remember, I'm like, Ronnie, okay, mate, we're 2-0 down. It's not lost. You still got the remainder of the first half and the 45 of the second. You throw him in then. At 4-0 down, you don't throw him in. At 6-1 down, you certainly don't put him in that game. When you're looking for some kind of energy. And so, you saw all the old boys coming out, all the Man United old boys coming out, backing him. You have to remember, and Roy Keane said this. Not Roy Keane, Jamie Carragher. Yeah. Jamie Carragher said, he actually come out Rio. He said, Rio, he said, I get it, mate. I know you man is all in a WhatsApp group together. I know he probably text you, man, and said, listen, come out for me. He said, they all came out for him. Yeah. Right? So it's all very childish. But from here on now, if I'm Ten Hag, I'm starting him. I'm starting him. Why? Yeah. Because I'm saying, okay, Ronnie, prove me wrong. So I'm starting him. Yeah. I'm not giving him no blight. I'm not saying, I'm not using his age. Yeah. I'm not using his age or his lack of pre-season football not to play him now. I'm going to say, okay, everyone's come at me saying, I've disrespected you. All right, man, you're up.
But
and we'll see.
Yeah, but at the moment, it looks like he's down the pecking order, as you can see rolling across the bottom of your screen. Is he down the pecking order? And is there, as Roy Keane has come out and said, is there some sort of disrespect now that's been sort of thrown at Ronaldo? Because, they're keeping him, as some people want to say, he's been kept at his, against his will. He wanted to leave in the summer. He's not getting the game time. I mean, you've got players coming on before him, Martial, and the guy did not look happy on the bench, even though Ten Hag came out and said, he's very happy in training. But mate, as you said, he looked like he was chewing a wasp in that whilst he was.
He was, but no, and this is where people like Roy Keane get on my nerves, right? Because he's clearly had a conversation in that WhatsApp group with Ronaldo, because Ronaldo's in the WhatsApp group. So if he says, I know for fact that there was offers that they could have taken to let him go, tell us the offers. And I'm telling you the offer. The offer that was guaranteed and concrete was the one in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Now, is Abu Dhabi in the Champions League, though? Right. So he could have gone to Abu Dhabi. He could have gone to MLS. I'm sure Beckham's lot would have taken him in Miami, in my Miami team. Right? Because Phil Neville was there. He knows Phil. Go play for Phil in Miami. But there's levels of self-awareness which really annoy me. Right? And it happens in every sport. When Father Time catches up with you, you either accept I'm going to be a part bit player, an impact player, or you walk away. Now, my thing is, it's never a comeback. Craig said, treating him like a side dish. Nah, brother, it's not even about the side dish, because if he goes out there and breaks down and gets frustrated, he's not nervous and he's not creating for himself. He's not getting. We're not playing that way. We can only play it that way in a low block. This is where Sancho is more effective, and they're going to get tap-ins and head-ins. But in a team that presses us on the ball, he's not effective. I've already seen it in the games that he's played, because he gets frustrated. He can't hold it down when it's not working out for him. He's rolling around on the floor. He's throwing his arms up in the air. No one wants to see that from Ronaldo. And what that does, that will start to diminish his his legendary legacy or whatever you want to say about him. So and yeah, there you go, and the money as well. So apparently there was one team, I can't remember what team it was, that said they would take him, but they're not paying his 500 grand a week. So that means we let a striker go when we're low on strikers to another team, and we're paying 250 grand a week for that privilege. Nah. So all this stuff that King is talking about, I think he's talking nonsense. You have to remember, Keane is the forgotten child at Old Trafford. He's not allowed to be an ambassador. He probably don't get the free shirts anymore unless the players give him a free shirt. He's there as a pundit, and he can go there and watch the games. From he fell up with Ferguson, Ferguson has made sure that he has no real status at the club now from the Ferguson fallout. Even when Ferguson was ill, he said, and he was asked if he went to see him in hospital. What he said was kind of mad disrespectful. You know what I mean? Because it was almost like, boy, if him gone and gone.
He hasn't really done anything for me. So
yeah, I know. Yeah. And so you look at it and you say, yeah, bro, you really hurting from this Man United thing. So for him to come out and say, he knows for a fact, if he's got a pair, mate, if you got a pair, a big pair, you'll just go on your Twitter and say, right, this club offered him this, and this. Speak it out, because clearly you mans are talking about it in your WhatsApp group, as in you, Scholesy, Rio, whoever, Patrice Evra, all them mans, right? You're all running your gums. If you know for a fact that he had offers and United kept him, shame on United.
Do you think come January that they will just sort of say, you know what, let's just cut ties with him now? Do you think that's going to happen?
This is the thing.
There's talk of it in the news and stuff like that, in the Man United news.
No, that only works if Ten Hag is going to get backed in the January window, and I'm hearing they're not backing him in the January window. So you can't let Ronaldo go and be left with two sick notes, as in Martial and Rashford. Otherwise, we are definitely screwed. We're finishing the bottom half of the table. So I don't think Ten Hag is that stupid to just let himself have no options, unless our friend with the anklet bracelet is coming back and they're just holding it down until January. That's the only way they let him go, is that the ankle bracelet is coming off and he's allowed to play for us again, because he's registered apparently in the under 23s. They've registered him in the 23s now. That means he's boss in case, if that is the case, because there's no point in spending the money to register him if that anklet bracelet ain't coming up. That's the only way Ronnie goes. If that Mason is coming back.
Just from David here, he's saying he was disappointed in Sancho. What's going on with Sancho? Because he didn't really have a good game in that game against Man City, and also Rashford looked terrible in that game as well. And this is what I said to you at 2-0 down. You took Rashford; he was awful, and he doesn't like to make early subs, because then it's this thing. I've got it wrong, but brother, at 2-0 down, we've all got it wrong. You know what I mean? It's not just you've got it wrong, because even with the McTominay thing and Casemiro, he's picked McTominay on form. So for the last 4 games, McTominay has played very well. He was asked. Ten Hag was asked the reason why Casemiro hasn't been picked, and he said basically because he's keeping him out. Do you know?
Plus, he looks overweight as well. But Ten Hag won't say that. He looks very much overweight. You just look at his face. He's got the fat under his chin there, on his neck. And I said, brother, like, less burgers, less whatever you're doing, less chicken, less fried chicken. I mean, it's Manchester. There's a lot of kebab shops and fried chicken. I'm not very measuring up there. And maybe
as Wan-Bissaka found out,
right. And maybe he looks overweight. And if McTominay is on form, he's right to start McTominay, because it's like anything. If I'm on form and I get dropped, I'm losing my mind. Hold on, I've had 4 monster games here, and you're dropping me. So he gambled with McTominay. McTominay's like a deer in headlights. He got absolutely dismantled, discombobulated, whatever this you could find. He got this, and it was like, I'll pull him. And that's what I was saying. After 20 minutes, I was like, get him out of there. Get Scott out of there. He's getting violated. And then you put the experience of Casemiro in and say, can you show up the shop? Then you pull Rashford and put Ronnie on and say, come on, Ronnie. Everyone says that I'm being hard on you. Prove me wrong. And so I look at a lot of things and I just feel like, for me, it's a flat 3 across the board. I think that's how poor we were. All of them, 3. And then
and listen, at the end of the day, you can't blame Slabhead because he was injured. So
no, but you know what? But that mentality of discombobulate comes from him, because how often does he play bad and try and blame everybody around him rather than saying
true,
and send David De Gea out there to do a press conference, not himself. You're like, hold on, I'm the captain.
Yeah.
So even if I weren't playing as a captain, I'm going to come out and say, I'm going to come out with Bruno and say, listen, I'm injured. I'm Sammy Bruno. Like, as a team, as a captain, as Bruno deputising for me, we was not good enough. We were a disgrace. But he will gladly be chuckling in his little corner. Yeah, it's like, wasn't on me. Even Varane pulled a Pogba for me, right? Because I don't remember the Pogba game against Liverpool. I think Kofi will let me out with that. I think we went down 2 or 3-0 very quickly. Pogba took a tackle, right? And he rolled around, he's in the theatre, rolled around, and then they pull him to the side, and he didn't want to put any pressure on the leg, and he's like hobbling. And I called my brother. I said, he's done that. He's not related anymore, and he never came back on the pitch. And I think we lost it. Whatever the 5-0, Kofi. I think it was 5-0 in the end or whatever.
Yeah,
and I watched Varane.
No, but the thing is, didn't he try to put a tackle in against Keita or something? He got red carded or something like that.
No.
Bad tackle.
There was one game we got red carded. The other game, one game we got red carded. The other game, he limped out. It was so. I'm like, he ain't injured.
Okay,
he just wants part of this. And I felt Varane pulled that same stunt. I think he knew we're not hiding to nothing. He said, let me get out of here. And then I looked at Lindelof, and he hasn't got enough game time. He's come on and tried to do what he can do. But then, by then, it became a training game by then. You know what I mean? He really did.
Yeah.
And then, Klopp being Klopp decides to upset everybody that plays fantasy league football and make them 5 subs. And people were cussing. On my fantasy league groups, they were going nuts when he pulled De Bruyne and all that. Right? But that's what he does, though. And then, you know what I mean? Like, the only positive was Tony coming back from nearly 2 months on the sideline, getting some minutes in his legs and scoring a couple of goals. That was the only positive in the game. Apart from that,
but that's the thing is, how long is he going to last? You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying about Ronnie going in January.
Yeah,
like we can't risk it unless Ivan Toney has already pre-signed, and because apparently he didn't sign a new contract at Brentford.
Oh right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if that's true though. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's true though. But I know he was disgruntled. But unless that's what's going on there, where they're saying, get Ronnie out of here. Because every headline, no one's dissecting it like I'm dissecting it. All they're talking about is Ronnie.
Yeah.
It's almost like the rest of the team didn't play.
And that's all it was. Literally, it was all about how Ronnie felt on that bench. And he was not happy at all. And
it's like...
And I mean, Roy Keane and what's the name were going at it, and, at the end of the day, I think Carragher called it out. What's the point of bringing Ronnie? I think he had it out with Roy Keane about why he bringing him to the club. There was no point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was no point bringing him back.
We're starting to prove the case now. Do you know what I mean? He wants Champions League football. He wants to be on par with Messi. Mr. Narcissist has to get his goals and whatnot. And it's not working out for him.
Because if you think about it, I guarantee the rest of that squad is probably saying, "Thank God we got Ronaldo," because we should be getting destroyed in the press right now. But all they're talking about is Ronnie. That's the truth. These men should be getting destroyed in the press right now. And look, we're talking about Ronnie.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. It's all about him. So I kind of feel sorry for Ten Hag, really. Because if he plays him, if he plays him, he don't perform, it's Ten Hag's fault. If we don't play him, it's Ten Hag's fault. He's on a whipping to nothing when it comes to
Okay, so let me have your player ratings quickly.
I just said 3 across the board, man.
Oh, 3 across the board. Okay.
Yeah, there was nobody did anything to really do anything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then I'm going to give Martial. I'm going to give Martial a 5 because he came on and did bits and got 2 goals. So I'm going to give Martial a 5 after that.
Well done, Martial. Well, listen. Obviously, your next game is your way to Everton. And now, listen, Everton
that's a problem, bro.
Start a bit of a pace now.
That's a problem. I'm not saying that's a problem. That's a problem.
You're going to be away to Everton. It seems like they're finding their feet now. They're finding a system now, and they're doing really well. Coming from behind, away to Southampton as well. Joe Aribo assist from Say Adams. And then in the second half, the goal came in the. I don't know if this was added time or it was in the first half, but looking at this, let's just have a look. I think this was. It might have been the first half. I'm not too sure, but Joe Aribo scored in the 49th minute, and then a few minutes later, Connor Cody, who was on loan from Wolves, gets a goal on the 52nd minute, and then 2 minutes later, Dwight McNeil, and they go away and win the game 2-1. And so, guys, just quickly, what are your thoughts on Everton's resurgence under Mr. Frank Lampard? I thought that he'd be one of these guys that was going to be fighting relegation, but he seems to have turned the team around. They seem to be playing together. There seems to be a togetherness now. So, just quickly, guys, what are your thoughts on Big Frank, and does he survive the Premier League?
For me, it's good to see that maybe he's finding his feet in Everton, but I don't know. As the season goes on, I've got this feeling he's still going to be fighting relegation.
Okay. Anybody else want to?
For me, just his squad depth, Norm.
Yeah.
I think the key players that he's got playing well now. Any of them take a knock and go 2 or 3 weeks out, then you're going to see that he may not have the squad to push himself into a top 10 position with a club that Everton are a big club. Like Everton have won Premier Leagues, mate. So I'm never going to say they're not a big club because we all know how hard it is to win a Premier League in any given season or any given era. So I think the squad depth probably hurts him later on, like what Kofi was saying. Like, when it comes to that busy end of the season, he's not going to have the players to get him out of jail. So he could be in a dogfight at the bottom come end of the season again. Yeah.
Well, listen, we'll see what happens. Obviously, you're going to be away to them.
Man, that's a proper banana skin, brethren.
Yeah,
trust me on that one.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But listen, guys, there's 14 people in the room. So please hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. As I said, we're on the road to 300. So please support us as a community as we grow this thing together. So just going back then, so we'll go to quickly. Fulham 1, Newcastle 4. What a goal by Almirion. What a goal. I don't know if anybody saw the goal. A contender for goal of the season. Fulham down to 10 man quite early, and literally Newcastle just took them apart. Nathaniel Chalobah gets sent off in the 8th minute. I think the referee had to go and review it on the monitor, and he ended up getting a straight red. And after that, in the 11th minute, Callum Wilson scoring his goal, assist from Joe Willock, and then Marion assist from Bruno Guimaraes on the 33rd minute. And I think that goal, I think it was the 57th minute where Marion scored that wicked goal. We got Sean Longstaff in the 43rd minute getting the 3rd goal, and then Miguel Almirion rounded it off. Fulham do get a consolation goal from Bobby DeCorva-Reid in the 88th minute, Jamaican international.
Okay,
cool. I'm sure it's Bobby. I'm sure he's a Jamaican international.
Yeah.
And he was, so he hasn't been picked. But anyway, listen, Fulham, they started off well, but that red card, could it have been a different game? I don't know. What's the name is doing Eddie Howe's doing his job with Newcastle, and as you said, with the sort of money that Newcastle have got, money wise, I thought they would have really been further up the table. They're just ticking along nicely. Your thought? Did anybody watch the game at all?
But Norm, do they let him spend big? I'm just not convinced they're going to let him spend big.
He's going to let them build the house.
And then exactly. Yeah. And I think that's what he's doing right now, is building the house steadily.
Yeah.
Because he probably knows
saying that Newcastle could sneak a top 6 finish, but they're picking up injuries. So I don't know in terms of their squad depth or squad size. But listen, they've got the money. So, go for it.
But that's what I would say looking in, is that they're not going to let him spend 150 million on Bellingham, even though they could afford it. You know what I mean? Someone a bigger name will come in and get that money to spend.
Yeah.
He's definitely house building. Yeah, which is a shame because
I think.
I like it.
We said that. We said that when he got, when he got appointed, we did say that he probably. Listen, to be honest, depending on the way he'd finished last season, I thought maybe they would probably. I think they're going to give it a couple of seasons, and then they say, right, let's now get in the big boy, and push this team,
and push on, kick on,
push on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
they've got some nice players as well, Norm.
Yeah, no, they have. They've got some
nice players there. Yeah, they have.
They've got that. It's that guy.
He's very good.
Very good player. I mean, I think he's injured at the moment. So Callum Wilson,
even Almiron, the one that scored the brace.
Yeah,
after what's the name had a go? What's the guy that had a go at him and then he started scoring? Who's the guy that had a go at him from Man City? Who was it? Can't remember. Somebody had a go at him and basically, he ended up scoring. But I think it was what's the guy with the calves, the big calves? What's the guy that plays for Man City with the big old calves? Jack Grealish.
Yeah, Jack Grealish. I think Jack Grealish said something, didn't he? And then his response in that game was to score a goal. So listen, Almiron is doing okay for them, and Newcastle just steadily progressing up the table. Right, let's come to the next game. Crystal Palace v Chelsea, and I think we need to first of all get Ez's thoughts on the game. He did come out earlier and said that we was lucky to have got something from that game. You couldn't write it You couldn't write it with Conor Gallagher getting the winner. What a goal it was! What a brilliant goal it was! But really, should Thiago, who set up the goal for Aubameyang, should have been on the pitch? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this.
He shouldn't. No, he shouldn't. Let me answer Norman. Norman's asking a question. No, Norman, he shouldn't have been on the pitch.
He's been nice and quiet for about 20 minutes.
Put your case forward, Chile. Put your case forward, mate.
Man can't be swiping the ball like that.
Listen, Chile. Don't take out your frustration with Arsenal on me. I'm not Norman. All right, just wait until you get to.
I'm waiting. I've got things to do. This one is dragging this thing out all night.
All right. Let me get out of your way. Look. Basically, since we're gonna start with the handball, if it was another, I had to think of it like this. If it was another team, and they had done that, and it was Chelsea on the break, I would be pulling out the nothing hair that I've got, and I'll be going crazy. I seriously would. But. So it's a red card for me. It's a red card for everyone else in the line. But the rules and the way the referees interpreted the rules is that it's not, because you can only get a red card for a goal stopping opportunity, for a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. He's not in front of the goal. He's still got 5-6 strides before he gets in front of the goal.
No, but can't you get into intentional handball? Anyway?
No. Intentional handball is a yellow card, but a red card if it is a goal denial.
I thought intentional was a straight red.
No, you can. So, for example, there's a big difference between putting your hand up in the middle of the pitch compared to putting it on just outside the box.
Or on the line,
or on the line. And that's why.
No, it shouldn't have been a red. Then it should have been a yellow. If what you're saying is right.
And he did get a yellow. He did get a yellow
for it. But it's just the injustice of it. You know what I'm saying?
But for me, because he knew exactly what probably would have happened next, I think the intent in my world is a red. But that's my world. I don't write the rules. So I get the frustration. The more frustration for me, just so I can move on to Chile. I know Chile wants to get to Arsenal. The more frustration for me is that Chelsea should be going and winning convincingly. We shouldn't be sort of hanging on to games by string. But credit to Thiago Silva, the experience he's got, 38 years old. Do you know what I mean? We talk about Saliba and that's brilliant from him to keep us in the game, because then he goes and get the assist at the other end. Gets the assist by knocking that ball onto Aubameyang. It's nice, lads, that for 1 week, just 1 week, I'm not complaining about not having a striker.
It was a very good, well taken goal by Aubameyang. His first goal for Chelsea. In the Premier League, literally picked up, twist and turn, bang, in the back of the net.
And then Diego, so sorry, but Conor Gallagher just upset the mood. Palace would have taken a draw all day.
Yeah.
Because even the way they scored against us, great goal. I don't know why he didn't.
I saw saw when the goal went in from Conor Gallagher, I saw the look on Patrick's face, and I was like, gosh, man, how unlucky can you be? Do you know what I mean?
And the boy that you wanted to sign as well.
And wanted to sign of all people, you couldn't have written it. You could not have written it. Do you know what I mean? But listen, at the end of the day, you know, I think they asked Graham Potter about the handball situation. He was saying, listen, he kind of came out and said, well, look, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
It's a weird one with Potter at the moment because he's got a massive squad. He's never had anything like this. Squad of so much depth. For example, Conor Gallagher's pulled him out of a draw.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't start tonight.
You know, the crazy thing, just quickly as well, Koulibaly, what's going on with him?
No, he's starting against AC Milan tonight. He can't complain. He's all right.
No, but I'm saying in the Premier League, I'm not seeing him starting in the Premier League.
Well, not for Potter, but Potter's only had, this is his first Premier League game. So,
right.
So Potter's gone. I know Fofana, he's played in the Prem. I'll have him. Whereas Koulibaly's just got here. So I think once again, I was just saying the point a minute ago, Norms. Potter's never had so much depth. Think about it. You've got Koulibaly, which is a world-class centre-back. You've got Thiago Silva. Yeah, he's on his way out, but he's still a top centre-back, clearly. Then you've got Fofana, who's a £75 million centre-back, supposedly. And then that's before you go to use people like Cucurella, who he knows from Brighton.
Yeah.
And then you've got Reece James and Chilwell on the other side. And that's
you got their options, mate.
It's like I said, man is doing fantasy football, man.
They got bare options.
And listen, and then Toboli's knocking on his door. Oh, by the way, Potter, we've just put in a bid for Nkunku. You think he's all right? Well, we're putting a bid for him anyway.
I'll tell you what. If you, but that is that all just quickly. Is that all dependent on whether you guys make it in the Champions League? Because he was saying in the clause,
he don't business.
He don't business. Okay, fair enough. I was hearing that.
He's done his medical and he signed a pre-agreement to join Chelsea,
right?
Which means
so a little bit like what what's that guy for you? Ketia, is it Ketia for Liverpool did?
Similar, same club as well.
Sort of thing. Like did a pre-contract and then came the following year.
That's right.
Ketia,
yeah, but guys, are you guys okay with the board buying players for the manager?
No.
But because this what I look like. I look at the Casemiro thing as the board bought him, not Ten Hag. You know what I mean?
You see,
I hate to see it.
You see, D. Bowley he's a maverick. He's you know, he signed a whole data analyst team from AI computer science. Yeah. They signed. They're called AI scouts. Yeah.
Wow.
And there's a picture of them holding up a shirt saying AI scouts. And what they do is they scan every single registered player across world football, and they're signing players of stats.
Wow.
They're signing players of statistics. So even Cucurella that we bought from Crystal Palace for 25 million, we bought him because of the statistics. Nothing to do with what even the 60 million to do with that Gordon bloke from Everton. Statistics.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, right.
This Nkunku guy, purely, it's not even it's statistics. So what he's doing is going to Potter and saying, look, I'm not sure if you even want him, but statistics say that even if he's not great for us, we'll be able to sell him in 4 years for a profit.
Yeah,
right.
I'm even hearing that Chelsea are scanning up Mr. Martinelli from us.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
But do you know what that is? That's almost like they're teasing you a bit because you ain't locked him down in a contract.
I know, and that's the thing. We need to lock down 3 of them players.
Salib is another one.
Yeah, I know.
Is it?
I'm hearing that.
I said we want Saka.
Sit down, bro. Listen, let me say this to you. You can knock all you want, brother. Yeah, you can knock. When Saka comes and deal with you, when he comes and deal with you on Sunday, yeah, just behave yourself and sit down. And, you can knock all you want, brother. Yeah,
but Nomsky, you have to be concerned with these players not signing them long-term contracts.
Yeah.
Because it tells you there's a bit of a doubt in their mind on how far this club can take them. Yeah. And then the wages. The wages are always a thing, isn't it? You know, these guys are trying to set up their whole families for life.
You know the ego thing's going on. You see the ego thing's going on? You see how Saka and Nketiah have the same agents? All right, cool. Nketiah's on how much a week? Okay, but I start every week. So how much am I on then? you know what I mean? And
well, apparently we're trying to sell up. Well, I don't know how true it is. 200k.
That's
for Saka.
Well,
yeah,
that's okay.
Young player, that's good.
That's okay. That's Harry Kane.
Sign him on about a 5-year deal, so that protects his value. Do you know what I mean? So if players does come knocking, yeah, yo, you can have him for 400,000. Yeah,
I don't know.
No, 400,000. 400,000. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
What are Man City paying Haaland?
375 a week.
375.
Yeah, to match Kevin De Bruyne.
22, you know, bro.
Yeah, to match Kevin De Bruyne.
Lord have mercy.
On top of goal incentives. So when he reaches his goal targets, which he's going to smash out the park, he's going to get another lump sum of money on top.
Ooh, that's insane, isn't it?
Do you know what? I don't know if you know who Haaland's agent is, but he just passed away. He was Pogba's old agent.
Oh, yes,
yeah. You know what they pre-agreed with Man City?
What?
That if Haaland sits on the bench and doesn't come on, that's 120 grand in his account, mate.
Really?
So in other words, as long as I'm in that squad, I got to touch the pitch at some point, or you got to pay up.
Oh, wow, snap! But you have to remember how more and more it's a business contract over football now.
Oh yes, it's crazy.
And the release clause and I'll get 40 grand goal bonus and all that every week.
Yeah,
that's 120 grand for scoring a hat trick. Thank you very much. It's insanity. It really is. It's mad.
No, the only reason I know this stuff because they use intermediaries now rather than agents and stuff.
Yeah.
So you've got the agent and then the guy in the middle and then the club. And there was a guy on TalkSport talking about Rudiger's sort of deal to go to Real Madrid, and he started to break down some of the Haaland stuff because he was involved. You know what I mean? He's involved to get the best stretched deal in all these little minor things. For these players, but
there's a lot more people. I don't know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When you've got all these different agents and intermediaries, as you said.
But you know what? This is so American, you know.
Oh yeah.
Because when we were in Florida, moving into the house, right? We had our own agent, right? But because she brought another agent in to seal the deal with the guy that owned the house, we had to pay both agents.
This is it.
Sheena was livid because
this is it.
In our mind. She's our agent.
That's
Who's
it.
This chick? But this chick had to go between my agent and the next man. So she goes, listen, like basically you're going to give him 2 months rent. You're going to give a month's rent to her, a month's rent to her. What?
This is where it's going.
So you need 5 lots of money to move yard.
Yeah, they're bringing these models into football now.
Forget about buying. That's just renting. The rental market.
But last thing then, before we move on, you see with the Saka contract situation and Nketiah, it's all good talking about it in-house, but you see when these men go to international duty and they're looking at man like Golden,
they're gonna talk to each other,
especially like Sancho, and they start talking. But it changes the whole context.
What's Sancho on? What's he on? What's obviously Sancho on?
350.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Just quickly,
Chili shaking his head. Chili knows it's mad.
It's just a question here. Is AI going to look at Maguire and CR7? See if they can get back Chelsea.
Don't start.
I'm fighting. Don't worry, Jay. I'm fighting. All right, yeah. I'm fighting. Come and knock all you want. Yeah, knock all you want. Yeah, we're looking forward to. Listen, on Sunday, me and my missus won't be talking. Yeah, because you know.
Oh yeah, there's division.
But Nomsky, don't get Bellingham, right?
Don't call me up midway through the game and say, "Come, let's do a watch along."
But listen, bro,
this is a scary thing for you guys, right?
If it's going well, I will definitely get you on a watch along. Yeah.
No. Stay in your corner. Stay right next to your TV.
I was saying quickly that if you guys don't get Bellingham, then you know you're looking that way. At Saka, you're definitely going to look at a man like Saka.
Yeah.
And I think that's a worrying thing for you, Nom. That
it's a worrying thing for us, but that's what I'm saying. We
sit him down and offer him the key kingdom
because I think
he'll
have lots. Yeah, no, definitely, 100%. You know, and that's the problem with Arsenal. We've got this track record of letting our players go into their last year of the contract and then they hold all the cards. You know what I mean? And then when we try to sell them, we sell them for nothing. It's ridiculous. Or go for free. Yeah. Or go for a free. That's absolutely ridiculous. Because quickly here, can Potter get the UCL final? Surely that's the minimum expectation of your Chelsea.
No, not this year. I mean, it will be unrealistic to say, yeah. You know, I'm not chilly. I'm a bit more realistic than that.
And the truth is, though, there's only a handful of them as that are actually his players, in a sense of players that he sold to Chelsea. Now he's managing them again. So,
true.
Yeah, he's on his own little rebuild there, isn't he? Really, or if not a rebuild, right? This is the way I want to play football.
It's tailoring it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ez already addressed it. Saliba is the best centre back in the league currently. On form, yes, I would say definitely on form. Yes, definitely. Maybe Chile might not agree, but I definitely think he is.
Right? Nah, there's no question. Banter aside, 2 weeks ago, I was bantering Norman saying Fofana's better than him. Yeah, nah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. We'll clip this as well.
Saliba nutmegging Tottenham players. Nah.
Was he? Man. Yeah, he was not. Yeah, man was nutmegging them nutmegging him in his own box,
in Tottenham's own box. These times
that's standard though.
You can't be doing that.
Even like Sporting didn't score by nutmegging to a defender and our goalkeeper.
So it's a normal thing.
That's a normal thing.
Oh.
You're not going on like say we didn't have 3 men lined up and all 3 of them got nutmegged and they scored. You remember? that?
I remember that was Alonso. I'm sure that did that. No, Kante.
You remember that? Yeah,
It was Kante.
Yeah, man. Kane's
football can be a cruel game.
It's
right?
it's a cruel sport. It's a very cool sport. It's a very cool sport.
Does that lead nicely to Arsenal Tottenham norms?
Well, we're nearly
right, Norman, you need to hurry up. I've got things to do, man.
Yeah, I know you got things to do. Yeah, I know you got things to do. I know, serious, isn't it? It's serious.
You got like 5 minutes.
I'm loving it.
I've got 5 minutes, so you can take as long as you like.
Where's that light bulb?
Chile's got 3 or 1 thing to do. Could be 3, could be 1.
Could be 3, could be 1. Could be 6, could
be 3. Exactly.
Okay.
Or it could be 3, 2 at half time.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
Oh man,
I like
the
that
banter is real, man. The banter is real.
Dry 0-0. Yeah. I think what's the name, the player that you're looking to get. You know, Mr.
Sit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Snapped at it, didn't he?
So listen, we'll see what I'll go on there. West Ham 2, Wolves 0. Based on that result, Bruno's large or Bruno's small, whatever you want to call him now, is gone. Yeah, so I don't know who's coming in to replace him. You think it's harsh? Yeah, but listen, if you look, say that again.
He's got no strikers. 3 strikers injured.
But listen, bro.
Exactly.
Listen,
but they're in the bottom 3 now.
They've not won in. I think they've not won in 15.
Yeah, but look at Moyes and look at them. Not Moyes. Moyes and Rodgers. Give them a little time. Lampard was on sack watch a few weeks ago. I mean, you got to give these man.
You look at Forrest's man, and you're saying, how's he still kept his job? This man bought 29 players.
29 players, yeah. And last night
it's minus 15, you know, Norm.
Yeah.
Minus 15. And you're bringing Lingard and Henderson into that mix.
Listen, that guy needs some. Listen, that guy needs some coffee. Listen, the way he's looking, he needs some coffee because he looks like he wants to sleep right now.
Yeah. Forrest getting violated at the bottom of the league.
So, listen, West Ham get their first win. I'm still in the bottom 3, but they get their first win, and as a result, Bruno Lage gets the sack. And we'll see who comes in. And obviously Leeds and Aston Villa drew 0-0. Leeds got a man sent off, I think, in that game, but they held on for a 0-0 draw in that game. And obviously yesterday, Leicester 4, Nottingham Forest 0. Needed win for Mr. Brendan Rodgers. And Maddison, what a game. Fantastic. He was man of the match. Fantastic. And I know we was linked with him. I know Tottenham have been linked with him as a good player. Do you know what I mean? Don't know what will happen come the January or come, the summer, whether he'll still be at Leicester, but very good scoring midfielder. I'll take him all day at Arsenal. But listen, at the moment, Odegaard is doing okay. But listen, Maddison's got more goals. I think he's in like the top for assists and goals I think he's in like the top 3 or 4, something like that. If I saw a stat there, he's in the top 4. So he's doing really well. Diego Costa needs to get match fitness fast. Yeah, definitely.
He's still a problem. I think he's still a problem, Costa.
Yeah, it's still a problem. Can still cause a problem and that. But listen, let's move to the game.
The game, Chile.
The game, Chile. The game.
He's ready, man. Look at him.
Chile.
Hey, what can they say? What's he going to say? All I say is go back 12 months. Exactly the same thing happened.
Let's
deja vu.
Yeah,
Chile's right. Chile can't get emotionally involved. That's why I didn't come on their vex and not wear my shirt and all that. I just like, you know what? I knew that these things are going to happen throughout the season as you rebuild. Like, so, yeah, man. When you that's funny, Crest away, we don't know. Norman's an idiot. What are you doing?
This is why, Norman. You say, why do Arsenal get so much crap from?
Oh my gosh!
This is why, because you're muggy.
This is bad, man.
Come on, man.
This is bad, man.
That's hilarious. and this brother probably can't even swim. You know what?
You know what? I need a solid defense from you, man.
Right, man, that's funny.
Muggy, you know what I mean? Couple games at the top and they're making up memes and shit, you know? Who does that apart from Arsenal?
Man.
If Chelsea were top, would you be doing that?
Not yet.
No, you would not. No, you would not. Would D be doing it? No.
I can't, man. That's funny.
Arsenal fans,
as I was saying, Arsenal are on a bit of a crest of a wave right so look,
sinking your bottom of the table. So enjoy it.
Let's talk about this game. Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1. Craig called it last week. I said 2-1. Chile said the reverse. And Chile, would you like to convene and tell us what you thought of the game from start to finish? The red card. I'm hearing that some people saying that the red card changed the game. Listen, we had 15 shots before Mr. Chicken Well decided to break my man's ankle. Is there somebody in there's somebody wait? Oh, who's there? Hold on, there's somebody. Hold on a minute.
Is that Dave?
I think that's. Oh no. I thought it was Dave. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, go on. Sorry, Chili. What you saying now?
I'm saying, is this a question? It's long, man.
Yeah, no, just to say, what are your thoughts on the game?
It was crap.
Yeah. Can somebody turn down their thing? So I don't want to get copyright. So we've got everything up. So, yeah. Go on, Chill.
Yeah, it was crap. Same as last season at your place.
The chicken got marinated, put on the barbecue. I can't lie. Sorry, Chili. That's from Diego. Therefore, a red card. He wasn't even trying to play the ball.
It was definitely a red. When I saw it, I was saying to
I'm glad you're one of the sensible Tottenham supporters, because I'm hearing a lot of them coming out the woodwork saying, "Oh no, the red." Even Jamie O'Hara on I'll tell you, that guy, man, I can't take him. He's coming out and saying, "Oh, and Conte's got Arteta's number." Listen, Conte beat us last season. Yeah, and obviously you had my man there. What's his name? Nunes. Is it Nunes? Your manager before that. Yeah. And then Nuno. Sorry, Nuno. Yeah. And then, so at the moment we're even. I'll say even. Yeah. Arteta's got 2 up on him. Listen, when we come to Tottenham ground, it could be a different matter. But listen, North London is red. I'm loving it. I'm on a crest of a wave. I mean, for the first 15, 20 minutes, I thought, wow, you know what I mean? Arsenal come out, the crowd was behind them. There's talk about, the style of football. Are you happy with the style of football, Chile, with regards to Conte, because Conte
about that. But then he treated Arsenal like a small team,
right?
And he just played the two in the middle. When he plays against City, he'll play three in the middle.
Right. But then was that a mistake now? Because listen, we have
been a mistake against most teams. And everyone knows what we're going to do. We're going to go in there. We're going to sit back, soak up what you got, and try and get it to our front players.
Yeah,
that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, well, listen, I was just really pleased. I mean, Granit Xhaka, basically sealing the deal. Brilliant goal for Thomas Partey. You know, normally those goals go out the stadium.
Yeah, that was a nice goal.
What a goal! What a goal! And,
finish.
Yeah, and then customary penalty. Don't know what Gabriel Bozo was doing. Yeah, Bozo moment. I think when the ball came down, listen, it broke down from Saka. The ball was progressed up the field. I think Carlson picked up the ball. Now, I think he tried to cross it in. Somebody headed it. It came to Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka just hit it out of the stadium. Just hit it. Why are you trying to control it? And then at that point, I think Carlson picked up the ball, and then Mr. Bozo decides that he's going to put a tackle in. Penalty comes to there. We go in 1-1, and you're thinking, right, could this go? Because Tottenham did come into the game. Tottenham did come to the game. Like they had a 15-minute spell. But I'm telling you, during that 15-minute spell, I was talking with my son about this, and he was saying that in that 15-minute spell, Saliba for me was that man that kind of stopped any kind of madness that was going on, because he's in terms of his quality on the ball, in terms of just him being so calm and collective on the ball, you know. And he's deceptively quick. He's big frame, but boy, can that man move. Do you know what I mean? And listen, he done a job. Son wasn't really in the game. You know what I mean? Carlson wasn't in the game. And then Chile, why? The other thing as well, right? Some people saying that he threw in the towel, obviously because they had a Champions League game, which he played yesterday, that ended up as a 0-0 draw. They were saying, why did he bring on defensive players? Why did he take off Son? Why did he take? Do you know what I mean? What was that?
Like 3-1.
Yeah. So I know that, but do you know what I mean? That was in that 60. What Granit Xhaka?
That game was. I don't blame him for doing that. That game was lost. You know what I mean? Make sure that the mugs don't score anymore, and and save some of your better players for Champions League.
But it's on Derby, Chile.
Yeah, it was 3-1. Ez, come on, 3-1 with like 15 minutes to go. And it's not like it was a 3-1 where we're battering them and they're just hanging on. They were comfortable.
Do you think he felt defeated, Dennis?
We were defeated then. We weren't going to win that game.
I think that's kind of what Norm's is saying though. Like, why is he throwing in the towel?
Yeah, he's not throwing in the towel.
Well, that's you know, it kind of came across that way.
Did you score any more goals?
No, we didn't. So we took our foot off the gas. We took our foot off the gas. You know, we took our foot off the gas.
No, you didn't. You're not good enough to take foot off the gas.
We are good enough to take our foot off the gas.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. We
scored more goals and we took our foot off the gas.
You scored 3 goals last season. How did that work out for you?
Yeah, but then that was.
How did that work out for you?
No, but okay, so it didn't work.
That's right.
It didn't work out well. But what I'm trying to say, you was quite. I mean, Tottenham were unbeaten, and all the Tottenham fans that I was talking with, including yourself, you was positive. You was quite confident.
I'm positive that we're going to win our next match as well.
Yeah,
I don't even know who's against.
Yeah.
In fact, I do. It's Brighton.
That's a tricky one.
Another banana skin like us, Chile.
That's a tricky one.
Another banana skin game, boy.
That's a tricky one. But
then I think we've got Brighton, then Liverpool, and I think we'll win both of them.
Fair enough. And that's the thing to do. I mean, listen, you got to bounce back from that game. Listen, as I said, we've got bragging rights. North London is red at the moment, and
same as last season. That's what I said. Deja vu.
Yeah.
I remember halfway through the season, you talking this same rubbish.
But let's put it into perspective. When it
mattered, we won. Is that what
I know it mattered. Listen, you got Conte in it, and you got you guys over the line. Yeah. Now last season comparison to this season, where we started off really bad. You know, we was in the bottom 3 for a good while.
No, you were bottom.
We was bottom then. Yeah, if that makes you really happy, we was bottom.
Yeah, it did make me happy.
And as we tried, we progressed slowly. We went on a little mini run. But then the way we're playing now is much better football. We've got in players.
You're playing some decent football.
Yeah, and we've got in players
for the proper good.
It's so funny how 12 months makes a difference, because man was coming on doing the show and his head was like, well, it's Arsenal again. Now man can talk. Now man can talk. Very
Kofi, I keep telling you, man, he's Arteta in now. That's the difference. He's a believer. Norman is a believer now, and I'm proud of him.
You are Arteta in.
He converted you, Norman.
Don't come and
listen, bro. Listen. Let's
I'm
not make this, guys. Let's not make guys. Let's not come and say Arteta in. Guys, let's not make this about Arteta and me. Yeah.
No,
you've got give the
It has to
man.
be.
I'm giving the man respect, man. And as I keep saying, week in and week out, until we have. All right. The question is, are we in a title challenge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question.
At the moment.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah, you are, yeah.
Right. But I'm saying, if it was now, I'll be Arteta in. If we could win the league now, I'll be Arteta in. But there's still another 30 games to go. Yeah.
So if you make Champions League, are you Arteta?
I'm saying, come May. Yeah. If we are within 5 to 6 points of our Man City, or you know what I mean, where we, and we've got a couple of games and we're pushing for the title, then I will say, you know what, well done, Arteta.
You're telling me if you're 15 points behind City, but in the Champions League in third, you're going to say he ain't done a good job. Behave. That's what I mean about Arsenal fans.
Let me put something here. Let me put something here. If we're 15 points behind Man City, and we finish in the top 4 and win a trophy, win third and win a domestic trophy, then I'll say well done, Arteta.
But you're not saying Arteta in.
I'm not saying Arteta in now. No, I'm not.
Now, did you hear what he said?
What?
No. Did you hear what he said? He said
listen,
a domestic trophy, because he knows he ain't beaten us in Europa League final. He said a domestic trophy. Norman's smart. I like Norman. He knows what I'm talking about. He said domestic. I like that, bro.
Everybody clip it. Everybody clip it. Yeah. Everybody clip it. Yeah. But listen. We turned up. Tottenham. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. Wow. I don't know what happened there. So, yeah, somebody just put something in front of me. It's quite nice. It's quite delicious. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, listen. Certain white paper. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I'm not going to show you the contents. Yeah. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry. Yeah. But the missus just came in and put it down and she had a big smile on her face. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think we're going to try and buy Darwin Núñez with that. Yeah.
In noodles we trust. Come on, bro. In noodles we trust.
But let me just quickly give my player ratings for our team. Chile may not want to, but I'm going to give my player ratings, and I'm going to.
Why wouldn't I want to?
Okay. So across the board, I'm giving the team, apart from, I would give Partey a 9, and the rest of the team 8, and Arteta I'll give a 9 as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Arteta in, definitely.
Yeah.
That's nice, man. I'm proud of you, Noms.
Just because I give him a 9 doesn't mean
I'm proud of you, bro.
Look, you can say all you want, brother. You can keep going. Yeah. You can say you keep trolling me.
I'm not even trolling you. I genuinely believe that you're warming to the brother. I genuinely believe that, Nom.
Bro.
I'm not even trolling you, bro.
I'm warming to the way Arsenal is playing right now. It's fantastic football. And as I say, come the end of the season, if we have finished third or we're pushing Man City and we get a trophy, then I'll say, you know what, I'll take me out off and I'll say fair play. But right now, jury's still out, my brother, because anything can happen. Yeah, we could do an Arsenal. Yeah, just like Spurs do, Spursy, Arsenal could be Arsenal. Yeah, so we'll just wait and see come the end of the season, let's see what happens with regards to that. Yeah, but listen, right now he's doing really well. Normally, if Arsenal could win the Prem or Champions League, which one would you choose for me? It would have to listen, Champions League all day long.
Of course, you take that.
Champions, I'll take that, man, because we need to. Yeah, have to. Yeah,
you need to get in the competition first. Stop talking about things that you can't.
Well, listen, let me just say this. Yeah,
let me
just say this. Let me just say this to Chile. If Chile didn't know, up until 2017, we was in the Champions League 21 years consecutively. Just to let you know.
Are you in the competition now?
We've obviously had a drop off. We've obviously had a drop off. Yeah, and I accept that. I accept that. You can say what you want about how we play tonight. No, me and Big D are playing tomorrow. Yeah.
Hey, what are you boys doing tonight?
Chile's found it. Chile's found the weak spot today.
No, you're not triggering me. Chile, you're not triggering me. I'll tell you that now. Man, listen, let me say this. Let me say this, yeah. My man, come on. My man, listen, my man came on the show today, yeah. My man was wearing black, yeah, and a coffee behind him, right? yeah. But I can't even hear the little poodle in the background barking. What you done with him?
He's out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But listen, what are you giving, Chile? What are you giving your scores for your team? In terms of
4
ratings.
for everybody.
Yeah. Is that including the manager as well?
He gets a 3.
Chilly, just other quick questions because we're coming to the last point. That's the Premier League prediction table. Chilly, Conte's been, and a lot of pundits and people have been calling him out on this. That he's been calling out like Jed Spence. Why is Jed Spence playing? He called out Doherty and was saying that he kind of came out and said basically like, why would I be stupid to play him? I don't want to lose a game. What?
Oh wow!
I mean, for you, what are your thoughts on that?
You can't really argue with the guy. He's lost 1 game in the Champions League and 1 game in the Premiership.
But what I'm trying to say, for him to come out and sort of be pulling his players down in a press conference and saying they were asking about Kulusevski, they kept pushing about the Kulusevski situation and saying, if Kulusevski was playing, yeah, he makes the team a lot better. But when they mentioned about Jed Spence, why is he not playing? He's come out and said that he's not ready yet. And he came out about Doherty and saying basically, why do I be stupid to play Doherty? I don't want to lose the game. In so many words, is that going to build man's confidence?
He probably told him he's going on. He probably told him.
But is he right to be coming out publicly and doing that? Mourinho done the kind of
against.
I know he played him, but for him to come out and say that kind of statement.
But Conte's he's a mafia man. He talks straight. He can't talk.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
You can't do this sort of make it sound nice thing. You can't do it. He's tried. He's never done it. So
Yeah. And you have to also remember the agenda of the English press, right? I watched a Ten Hag press conference earlier. Like, they must have asked the man 15 different ways about Ronaldo not starting. Right? Come on, man. It's like we're just a one-man team. And even and then it got really heated. Yeah, he kind of like, just tell a man about himself, like, yo, guys, this is exhausting. Yeah. Seriously, I've dealt with that. Move on. So the press don't want to move on. So maybe Conte just said that because Conte is a bit wild like that. He don't really feel no way. You know what I mean? Because he's the kind of man that would just say, sack me then. And don't feel no way. Take his money, go about his business, get another big job. He's that kind of dude. So a lot of time, the press just trying to just dig, trying to get a reaction. And when they don't get the reaction, then it gets nasty in the press conference. So maybe he just had enough really and said, yeah, you know what? He ain't good enough right now. He's got to improve himself to get in my team. And then the press, we should have said that at the press conference. But it's what you wanted. And that's why I said earlier about Ronnie. Just start him. The press want him to start, so start him.
Yeah, and then let him fall on his sword.
And if that happens, that happens, yeah. But then it'd be like, it was literally 6 or 7 men asked the man the same question after he answered it the first time around. But it wasn't what they wanted to hear. So everyone just gangs up on him, keep going. And then, like I say, it got very heated in the end. And I was just like, bro, you have to learn not to bite with these mans. That's all they're trying to do is get back page headlines, you know what I mean, and said, "Oh, Ten Hag said this in the heat of the moment, or whatever," or Conte said this. He's a maverick. We know Conte is a maverick. He's like Jose.
Yeah,
He's his own man. You know what I mean? He's not going to be manipulated by the press. He's not going to be manipulated by the board. He'll say, either way, I'm getting my money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, he's going to bring the man's them down with him. He's bringing them down. Yeah. He's bringing the Godfathers with him. Yeah, he's bringing the Godfathers. But listen,
and that man is connected, Norm. Let's not get it twisted now.
Yeah,
very much so.
Ask Tuchel. Look, Tuchel got into it with him. Where is he now?
Right, there was.
Listen, I saw. You know what? I saw a black limousine driving down the motorway. With a German sticker on the back of it.
Right, you know the ones
on the boot. But no, it's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, let's quickly now. This is the last thing. Is just to get onto the table and look at Mr. Big D.
Top of
the table.
That's crazy.
On 10 points. I mean, mate, bro, he's just pulling away. Chile in second on 6 points. Kofi on 3 points. Ez on 3 points. And I'm now
He's at the bottom.
Shut up. That's definitely made Chile's day. That's basically made Chile's day. But listen, as you can see, as I say, Big D is doing well. The prediction last week, Game 7, Big D predicted Chelsea, even though, you know, I don't know. It could have been a different result if my man had probably got sent off. But listen, it ends up Chelsea winning that game 2-1. So Big D gets the full 3 points for getting the actual score right. Kofi predicted 2-2 with Spurs, so 0 point for Kofi and also for Chile as well. 2-2. That's what Kofi. Normski, I predicted 3-1 to Brighton, 3-1 to Liverpool. Should I say? It could have been 3-1 to Brighton, but it ends up being 3-3. So I don't get any points. Ez predicted a 4-1 to Man United. Add another 2 onto that, Ez, and you would have been okay. And D add another 2 onto that, and Ez would have got the full 3 points. But anyway, he gets 1 point for getting the outcome right. Chile did the Bournemouth Brentford game, having Brentford winning 2 points, obviously 2-1. Only gets 0 points because it ended with a 0-0 draw. So this week, just quickly, if you know what to do, just put it in our chat. And just if I just pick up the games that's coming up next week. What's the is it Friday? Is there any games on Friday? No. So we go to Saturday.
Saturday the 8th.
So Saturday 8th, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm tasty games, boy.
Can I have first dibs? Can I have first dibs to predict? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Man City versus.
I was gonna say
You're
7-0.
shameless. You're shameless, Norman. You're shameless, bro.
I need the points. All right, I'm going with Man City, Southampton. I'm going Man City.
7-0.
Bro, I'm gonna go 6-0 Man City. Yeah, and Haaland to score a brace. I don't think he's gonna get an hat trick. So I'm going Man City to win 6-0 against Southampton. So I'll put that in the chat. So the other games there are Bournemouth, Leicester, Newcastle, Brentford, Chelsea, Wolves. Kofi, you can't call the Arsenal Liverpool game. I'm gonna get one of the other guys to do it.
There's no 12 o'clock game.
Why? Why
Because that's the rule. Because last time I tried to do it and they said no. So I leave that alone, bro. So you've got Bournemouth, Leicester, Newcastle, Brentford, Chelsea, Wolves, Brighton, Tottenham, and then on the Sunday you've got.
I'm gonna say Chelsea 2-0 against Wolves.
Okay, so stick that in the stick that in the our chat.
I'm doing West Ham.
I said 6-0, didn't I? I said 6-0, didn't I? I said 6-0.
Yeah.
I'm doing West Ham Fulham. West Ham 2-1.
Okay. So put that in the chat. Who else?
That's some hard games here.
Come on, man. I see D sitting down and working this out now. Say, how can I
trying to work brains here, man? Trying to work some brains
here, bro.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm gonna go Crystal Palace Crystal Palace. 2-1 leads. Crystal Palace, 2-1 leads. Yeah.
Okay. Ez, you're going to do the honours with the Arsenal-Liverpool game? Or you're going to go for something else?
Nah, I think that's a hard one to call. What's left between Arsenal and Liverpool and
Everton, Man United?
There's Brighton, Tottenham.
Brighton, Tottenham, West Ham, Fulham, and Brighton, Tottenham.
No, I said West Ham, Fulham.
Oh, sorry.
I'm waiting here.
And guys, please put it in the chat what you think the scores will be. The teams that we've just okay, brilliant. So D's game with 2-1 to Palace against Leeds.
Do you know what?
So please, guys, put it in the chat as well what you think as well.
This week's actually very hard to call, No?
Oh my lord, it is.
Some very tough games there.
I think Tottenham wanna bounce back, so I'm gonna say.
And they're playing away. Remember, they're playing away.
Trossard at home.
Ooh.
Nah, Chile.
You're gonna go for a draw in it. I know. I can feel it. You're going for a draw.
For Chile, I see a Kane Son revival. I'm gonna go 3-1 Tottenham.
Raw.
Yeah,
you're brave, man. I would even go 3-1.
And listen, just by the way, Haaland scored already tonight. No surprise. This guy, man. Listen.
This
come
league,
on.
man.
Just forget this. Yeah, let's just pack up and go over here.
Insanity.
Yes, it's Palace. Diego's going. Palace 2, Leeds 0. Hopefully, and Diego's going. I like
7 minutes now.
I like you, Diego.
3-0, Diego.
I like you, Diego. I really like you, bro.
Wow.
Nah, I'm coming all guns blazing on
Liverpool, no goals.
That's what it's calling. That's what it's calling, bro.
No, I reckon Firmino's gonna turn up, man.
You're gonna see
Man's like Bobby.
Jota turn up.
Man's like Bobby,
Well, I'm gonna go. If I was gonna predict, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win.
Yes, Chelsea. Sorry, lads.
Who scored?
If you jumped, then you prick.
You know what I mean? My heart didn't come out my mouth, bro. Who scored, bro?
I take it back. Saliba's not the best. Fofana is.
Oh, get out of
He
here.
scored.
You joker.
Scoring in the Champions League, the big stage, Norms. The big stage.
Yeah, don't worry, man. Don't worry. You gone. Yeah, about Fofana. Yeah, yourself.
Milan, AC Milan. Wow.
You sure it's not Uber? Diego saying it's Uber.
He's saying it's Uber.
No.
It's definitely Fofana.
Definitely Fofana.
Okay.
Good goal.
Nah, tap in, but we'll take it.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Still gonna put it away.
Okay, so everybody.
Wesley, yeah.
Okay, so what we've done?
Man,
So
like
we've got Andy Davis 2-0, Chelsea Wolves, Palace 2-1. So I'm waiting for Kofi to put his one in. Let me put
Yeah,
my
I'll
one
do
in.
mine after because I'm kind of using my phone.
Okay. Man City. Right, so I'm going Man City. 6.
You're shameless, Norm.
Listen, I just need a point, mate. I just need a point.
That's how bad it's got that you kind of guarantee points every week for choosing City.
But listen, yeah, sometimes we can't. Yeah, sometimes we can't keep doing that. You know,
I still don't use it. Yeah. I'm waiting for the perfect week to use City.
Yeah.
Well,
everyone's got
just
5
using
weeks to wait now, so let him carry on.
And then
It's going to be a regular thing.
And then I bet the week when I choose City, Nottingham Forest or something, Nottingham Forest go and get a win.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Always, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, I could be wrong. So Diego just corrected himself. So just wait for all we're waiting for now.
Wesley Fofana, mate.
Kofi and Ez to put in their predictions, and we go again. But listen, lads, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure for those people that's in the chats that stayed with us. Thank you so much for
thank you
interacting
guys
with us, and your chat's been great.
Excellent.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'd like to big up the panel again. Mr. Chili, Mr. Ez, Mr. Big D, Mr. Kofi Klopp. It's just been a privilege. Please, if you're new, please subscribe and share. As I said, we are on the road to 300. So just go through some of these things here. Let me just remove this. And let me just do one more thing.
Boy, Celtic got man and angle today, innit? By RB Leipzig.
Oh, what's the score on that one?
3-1. It's over.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's done, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
they got Tom Put.
Kunku scored.
Yeah, they got Tom Put, boy.
Who did?
And Kunku, the Chelsea.
Yeah, against Celtic. Yeah, the Celtic got tap up today. Yeah.
But listen, guys, we have come to the end of the show. It's really been fantastic. We go again next week, and all I can say for me is, I'm just riding on the crest of a wave. Yeah, I just like to end with this and say, look, let's just shameless, man. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Keep riding.
Let's see if you're doing that in May or if you're doing what you were doing last May.
Just keep riding, man.
Yeah, keep riding.
Don't worry, man. One day, Chile, you will join me on that surfboard, bro.
We've been there. Last time we were top, you were bottom, if you remember rightly.
Yeah, it's true, but it
is true, right? That's
nice. One thing I'd like to say,
yeah.
Can anybody? Okay, I just want to ask this question, and I know Chile likes to do this when he's on Shigs's show. So, can you please put up your hands if you've won a Premier League title?
Can you please put up your hand if you've won? Can you please put up your hand if you've won anything significant in Europe? You're a small domestic side.
I'm shameless.
Domestic side from Woolwich, and no one likes you.
From Woolwich, I love that. Woolwich Arsenal.
Woolwich Arsenal.
Woolwich Arsenal.
But listen, guys, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. And we'll see you on the next What's Going On program. God bless.
All right. Take care, guys.